Welcome back to the JTP Uncut YouTube channel and YouTube show, where we have the best debaters on the YouTube platform, no cap. We're back with another one. Man, AGTG and I, we rocking. Hey, we got the GOATs in the building. We got Jairus from the corner to my right. And we got Timmy Turner. He be wishing for a burner. Mr. Tim from the Tim Sports Talk in the building. We're going to talk about the Commanders NFL draft in much more deeper detail than our own individual videos. And also, we will be talking about the rumors of wanting Jahmyr Gibbs from Eric Bieniemy. And we'll talk about the Hendon Hooker rumors in the second round. And a bunch more stuff. And winners and losers around the National Football League in the 2023 NFL Draft. Let's start with the elephant in the room, shall we? We saw you guys' reaction. Day one of the NFL Draft. The one Washington Commanders selected cornerback Emmanuel Forbes from Mississippi State and passed on one Oregon corner in Christian Gonzalez. A lot of torn reactions around the Commanders fan base and YouTube content creators. Some of us have said, what the hell is this? This is trash. Get it out of here. This is horrible. I want to puke. Now people are like, oh, Christian Gonzalez isn't physical. And Emmanuel Forbes is. And he takes the ball away and homie doesn't. Bunch of arguing and bunch of debating around Commanders Nation. So let's start with the first round pick and we'll get to the rest of the draft in a second. What are y'all full thoughts on Emmanuel Forbes? When you slept on it, does it make you feel any better? Do you feel still just as angry as you felt on Thursday? How do y'all feel? I don't know. I'm going to start with Jairus because Jairus been waiting to talk. So just go ahead. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead. Let's go.
I wanted to cry. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was in my car. I was in my car and I was really just like, because I don't care. I talked to myself and I was just like really just thinking. I was about to cry. I was like, we can't ever have nothing good. Like we really can't ever have nothing good.
Even when it falls in our lap.
Exactly. And I was about to cry. I was like, man, this messed up, bro. It really hurt me. I was real hurt, and it's just like I'm trying to like this draft any which way, but I can't. I'm doing the best I could. I'm just in my car. I'm just like, bro, I'm trying to figure it out. It's just no way that this draft is good. I can't bring myself to. I just can't do it.
Oh my God.
It's nothing good about this draft. It just isn't. I can't do it. I can't move on. It was a terrible draft. And it's a terrible draft for so many reasons. So many reasons. But I'm going to leave that there. I'll let Tim go, then I'll just...
Yeah, so the first round, the more I look into it, the more I hate it. I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone. Like, I'm watching more and more of Forbes and learning more and more about the differences between Christian Gonzalez and Forbes. And it's like, I don't know what world I'm living in. Like, people are literally justifying Forbes over Gonzalez over and over and over, and like acting like Forbes is this great player because he had one decent season this year in a overwhelming majority zone defense where he played in one spot every single down. He moved never. I was watching Christian Gonzalez film, and I had to constantly pause and figure out where this dude is because he is so versatile. He could guard Dalton Kincaid. He can guard anybody on the outside. He could guard speed. He could guard quickness. He could guard everything. He could play zone. He could play man. When we literally drafted just a scheme fit dude that's 170 pounds that plays one spot and only plays zone. Like if Jack Del Rio gets fired and we don't have a zone defense anymore, he's useless. Like literally, like he's going to be here longer than 1 year. Ron is going to get fired. Jack Del Rio is going to get fired. Forbes is going to be here for 4 years. And we threw this pick away. It's so frustrating that I feel like I'm in La La Land with everybody that's around me. That is trying to convince me that this is a great
Exactly. And that's what's baffling me. Like, only our fans believe that Emmanuel Forbes is better than Christian Gonzalez. Only our fans. They really believe it.
Now, low key though, I talked with other teams fans. I talked to AG the sports fan, talked to talked to him, talked to him on Twitter, and he said it was a 50-50 coin toss between both of them.
It's not a coin toss.
I'm just saying what he said out of his mouth. I'm not agreeing or disagreeing to say what the man said out of his mouth. Okay. Most people, I would say 90% of people around the league have said Emmanuel Forbes is an inferior corner. I agree with it. I think Christian Gonzalez is a better corner. I do think I want to see more physicality on tape from Gonzalez, though. When I really watch the tape again, I would definitely say Forbes is more physical. That's the only thing I can give the advantage on. That's the only thing I can give him an advantage on. Everything else, coverage ability, and he takes the ball away. That's it. That's the only thing I can give Forbes the advantage of. But everything else, when it comes to knowing route concepts, covering, being a shutdown guy, and actually just covering multiple positions, I gotta give to Christian Gonzalez, and it's 5 mile. It's 5 mile. We definitely botched this one. Botched it. It was a huge botch. And this is nowhere close to much of it. This is a way worse botch
the fact that people
than Jahan Dotson.
don't want to tackle.
Jahan Dotson, at least Jahan
He
Dotson.
had more tackles this year than
down,
Forbes.
He had more solo tackles than Forbes in the whole college career. So what is this notion that he doesn't want to tackle?
I don't know. He had this season, obviously when Gonzalez was in Colorado was a dog crap team, and he didn't play well over there. I didn't go watch the Colorado film. I don't know what was going on there. But they just fired their coach and hired Deion Sanders. Colorado was like a 1-9 football team year in, year out. The coaching sucked, the team sucked. If we just take this year, where they're both their best years, he had more tackles than Forbes did. And yet I have to continuously hear about how Forbes is a more willing tackler when I watch Will Levis put a move and make Forbes miss. Like, what are we talking about here? What are we talking? Yes, okay, he got dogged by Georgia in the run game with Gonzalez because he didn't know where the run game was. I'm hiring a corner in the first round to cover the number one receiver for the opposing team. That's what I'm doing. And Forbes can't do that. It's so, like, every time you go look at the Devontae Smith, all the excuses start coming out. But the Pickens destroyed.
He got cooked. He got fried.
He never followed anybody this year or manned up anyone this year. There is no Forbes versus this, because when he played Mingo, he never followed Mingo. When he played Tennessee, he never followed anybody over there. Like, there is no Forbes versus anybody this year because he stayed on the right side of the defense, left side of the offense, off ball, zone coverage, or the zone match. And then I'm sure that's where they're seeing the man-to-man when he starts running with the receiver because the guy's in his zone. Like, he never shut down anybody. The more you look into it, honestly, it's so frustrating.
It's a terrible pick. And people are really, and it's baffling to me. Like, I keep hearing, oh, he has such and such picks. Oh, he played in the SEC. That means nothing. It doesn't. It really doesn't.
Competition does mean something. I can't. I did.
You said what?
Competition.
I would love to see. Like, people are like, "Oh, you can't go to past years." I would love to go to this year. He never manned up with anybody this year.
Because here's the thing. Everybody
manned up with anybody.
You can't say don't go to past years when you keep bringing up his 14 interceptions. That's past years, is it not? Isn't that his entire college career? Okay, then.
Go to this year. He had 6 interceptions compared to Gonzalez's 4, so it's not that far off. So people keep saying, don't bring up his past years. Well, don't bring up the 14 interceptions then, because those were also in his past years. Right. So you can't have it the best of both worlds. You can't. And another thing, 14 interceptions, that's good, but that just means teams keep going his way.
I said you get targeted often.
Well, he actually didn't get targeted all that often this year. Because also, that's another thing is they didn't throw his way because number 3 for that Mississippi State defense is awful. Like, you turn on the tape, and they're constantly going the other way, and number 3 is getting dogged. So yeah, Forbes is the better out of him and whoever number 3 was. I didn't even look up the guy's name. Yeah, so yes, Forbes is going to be less thrown to this season than number 3 is, because 3 was trash. But like it's that's what I'm saying. Like you look more and more into it, not just the PFF stats.
No. We know that. We know that. All I'm saying, all right. So my thing with this is this, and I'm not trying to. And I agree that Gonzalez is the much better corner, but I don't think the gap is as big as everyone else is saying.
Forbes is not a top 5 corner in this draft.
Forbes is trash, and Gonzalez is the Hall of Famer. I don't think that
Forbes is not a top 5 corner in this draft. DJ Turner's better. Deontay Banks is better. Joey Porter's better.
I'm not saying they're not.
Forbes is not a top 5 corner.
I'm not saying it. I know Deontay Banks is better. I know JPJ is better. I know that. But I got the 5th best corner on the board at 16. 6, whatever. I'm not disagreeing with that. Well, I'm saying he is a solid football player. It's not. I'm saying Forbes isn't trash. That's all I'm trying to say.
He's not
awful. He's not ultra.
He only does one thing.
He's not trash.
That's the thing.
He only does one thing all season.
But it was the wrong pick.
You're comparing apples and oranges.
And people a lot more agree with it.
When Christian Gonzalez, I'm watching the Utah game. Go watch the Utah game. He is all over. You can't hardly follow him from one play to the next. He's on the right. He's on the left. He's on the slot. He's on the tight end. He's everywhere. He literally has so many other positions he has to think of. He's so much more versatile. Forbes is camped out. He has a tent pitched on one side of the field.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I said dude ain't trash. It's not a good pick, but he's not off. This is a lot worse than Jahan Dotson last year. I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm not saying he's not trash. I'm not saying, that's all I'm saying. Dude ain't trash. He's
not. But the thing is, people making him out to be something that he's not.
I agree with that too. I think he's gonna be a solid NFL cornerback. He's gonna be a decent starter. I don't think he's gonna be nothing better than
that. Is that good enough?
No, it's not.
That's the thing.
It's not. It's not.
Dude, Forbes could be a good cornerback. This is not a guy you take at 16.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
And I'm not saying you don't take him in the first. You maybe take him in the second. He's a third.
I would love the Giants took him.
I think 47.
No, he is a 3rd round dude that you may have some upside.
I would have loved the Giants took him.
That you could maybe able to teach him and groom him into something else.
I think 47.
He's not that.
I think it's 47. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Oh. I mean, yeah.
Depending on. We talked Emmanuel Forbes too long.
No. One more thing about Emmanuel Forbes. Okay,
sure.
Ron Rivera, Martin Mayhew combined for 5 winning seasons in 23 years. Guess who took the guy that me and Jarris wanted? The 6-time Super Bowl champion. The guys who's had freaking J.C. Jackson, Stephon Gilmore, Ty Law, Asante Samuel. He's had a lot more corners under his belt and understands what a corner is.
Stephon Gilmore, yeah.
Before Jack Jones got suspended, Jack Jones out of nowhere, turn him into something.
Jonathan Jones.
You guys can go with the 5 winning seasons out of 23. I will go with the 6-time Super Bowl champion.
Exactly. And you can't move on the topic
because to your point, I will say this though. Yes, Bill Belichick has 6 Super Bowl rings. What is he talking about Tom Brady?
What?
You said what?
What has he done for Brady? What is he done?
Went 11-5 without Brady in 2008.
Okay.
I mean, since Brady went
to the Bucks. Since Brady went to the Bucks, what had the Patriots?
He turned Mac Jones into a Pro Bowl quarterback.
Okay. What happened in next year?
I mean, they ain't got enough talent.
I'm just saying.
He has Mac Jones as his quarterback.
I'm just saying. Okay.
And at the end of the day, this is the issue. This is, but hold on. We got some things to address here. We can't just move on.
And without Tom Brady, he had freaking J.C. Jackson on his team too.
The mere fact
Oh, he
that
knows defense. I'm not denying that. I'm just saying
the
all
mere
that.
fact
He's the GOAT.
that the New England Patriots knew we wasn't taking Christian Gonzalez and traded back is one of the most disrespectful things in history of disrespectful. They knew that we were the idiots. They knew we were dumb and we was going to take Emmanuel Forbes. They knew it. They said these idiots.
He said it. If he's available, I'm taking him. He said it. He said it.
But okay, boom. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. So when they then in turn say, "Oh, we was looking to trade back, but there was no trade offers."
That was a
Do you believe they was on the phone? No. That's a lie.
They turned the card in.
Exactly.
So
you lied. So you told that lie because you knew that was too high for him at 16. So you told a lie because you knew you was gonna get backlash for the pick. Because that's a lie. You didn't try to trade back. You didn't. That pick was in 10 seconds. Me and Tim sat there before the daggone commercial.
Dude, the pick was in within the clock still had 9 minutes out of their 10 on the clock. Pick is in. They couldn't get that card fast enough.
Bro. They didn't think. That's crazy. Not even thought.
Let these guys play. Or here, yeah, the super chat. Okay. Look, I will say this with all the caveat. Here you go. Here's my caveat. I am rooting to be wrong. I want Emmanuel Forbes to succeed. I'm just telling you what I have looked into, the more research that I have done, and my honest thoughts about it. Okay? If you like, it's of course I want to be wrong. Just like Jahan, I hope he becomes Antonio Brown without the crazy, the good parts of Antonio Brown. I hope Emmanuel Forbes becomes Darryl Green, like everybody's comparing him to. A 19-year player or whatever, 20-year player, Hall of Famer. I hope he becomes all of that. I hope he has 5 interceptions this year, 3 of them for TDs.
He won't get any.
I would love to be wrong, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I think Forbes is okay if I don't think Forbes is not. If I don't think Forbes is okay, I'm not going to say that.
Keep the same energy. I'm keeping the same energy. I think Forbes is a solid.
Nobody's saying Forbes is a bad player.
I'm gonna pause y'all two for a second. I'm gonna talk to OG myself. Look, OG, there's a difference between a solid starting NFL corner, which I think Emmanuel Forbes would be, a solid NFL starting NFL corner. I think Christian Gonzalez could be an all-pro. That is the difference between all-pro potential and solid starting potential. I think Emmanuel Forbes can be a solid starting NFL corner. Even a good one. He probably would not be a Pro Bowl in his rookie contract. Good book that. I bet that Christian Gonzalez will have multiple Pro Bowls before the end of his rookie deal.
I believe he's going to have a Pro Bowl.
Like that. I'm done talking about it. Forbes.
He's going to have a Pro Bowl this year. Christian Gonzalez is going to be a Pro Bowler this year. This year.
All right. Sounds good.
And he rocking that 0 too. Shot.
This year.
Rocking that 0. Yeah. He him for real.
Emmanuel Forbes.
Forbes cool. Yeah.
I hope he proves me wrong every.
Yeah, I hope he proves everybody wrong, but I just don't see it. You watch the film, I don't see it, bro. Dead. That's crazy.
The Patriots almost had ours right.
This is my thing with the whole pick thing. That might not translate to the next level.
Exactly.
That might not translate.
You also got to look at the side he's playing on. Look at the side who he's playing on. Nobody doesn't throw over there anyway.
We saw St. Juice his first game in the league. They were talking him right away. They were attacking him right away.
He was on the left.
Is he a super chat?
Oh my gosh. No, he didn't just say that.
I'm out of here.
Yes, they fear him, right? 1,000 yards.
Trayvon Diggs either.
1,000 yards.
God's giving up. What are we talking about?
1,000 yards.
Everybody taking him to school. biting double moves.
Yeah, when
up.
Trayvon Diggs is getting mossed by Cam Sims.
Get out of here, bro.
1,000 yards a season.
Man, Jerry put a double move on Trayvon Diggs. Tim can put a double move on Trayvon Diggs. I'll break his ankles. I'm tired of throwing a bum on Trayvon Diggs.
I gave my opinions. You hear what I have to say. We can move on to the second pick if you guys are ready to move on.
Yeah, I'm tired of talking this fool, man. It's pissing me off now. All right. With the 47th pick, now I actually like this pick a lot. The Washington Commanders selected Tre'Davious Quan Martin out of Illinois with the 47th pick. I will let Tim start with this one and his thoughts. Personally, I'm going to keep it a buck. This is my favorite player in the whole draft class. It's not even close. I like Quan, like his physicality, like his playmaking ability, his versatility, something that Christian Gonzalez had too. You drafted him, duh. And I like his size. He's about 6'1.5", about 200 pounds. Solid size. He can play the slot. He can play free safety. Or play third force. Yeah. So, Tim, your thoughts?
No, I do like this pick. And, it was annoying at first because my understanding is he was a corner. And I'm like, why are we drafting back-to-back corners if this other guy's so good? But it sounds like he could be our free safety. He plays with a lot of aggression. He's a guy that is much more athletic than Brian Branch. Right? So Brian Branch I liked better. Of course, I do. I still love me some Branch. But the one thing this guy does have is more athleticism than him. So, and it seems like that whole Illinois secondary plays with super aggression. He's not afraid to come down and make a tackle. And if he can use that athleticism to become our starting free safety, so Curl can be our strong, and then Derek Forrest can be like that Buffalo nickel that's majority of the time in the box, then I think this pick can be I could agree with you, actually, Prote. I think this pick could be one of the best ones in this draft class. Has that potential if he can actually step into that role. And we'll see what he does. He does have that position flex that he can come down and also be in the slot if we need him to man up a guy in the slot. So I do like this pick a whole lot better. I gave it like a B+ in my thing.
I'm gonna give it an A-. I like it a lot.
And you know what? Honestly, I could be moved higher. I really could. It's probably combined with the Forbes situation and just what we could have had and the whole situation as well, where we could have traded up 2-3 picks and got a guy I liked more in Brian Branch. But I do like Quan. I'm okay with staying where we were. I'm fine with it. I am actually fine with the Martin pick, and this pick made more sense to me, and I like it.
I actually love the Quan Martin pick. I give it an A-, man. I think dude's a dog. I saw someone's comment in my video. Oh, Quan the dog. Why you play with him like that? Shawty a dog. I'm gonna give y'all credit, man. Shawty is definitely a dog. I like him a lot. I'm a big fan of this game, so I don't mind it. Shout out to one Quan Martin. Here's your thoughts, bro.
I like him a lot too, but it's like Tim just said, what you could have had, what you should have had.
Mm-hmm.
Like.
Could have got Brian Branch. Yeah.
What you keep settling for. What you settle for is what you get. Now, I like it. I'm just like, I like the dude a lot too. A lot. He a beast. I like him a lot. But what you should have had, that's just what's frustrating. But I like the pick a lot too. I really do. But he just not Branch.
And Branch was so close. That does add to it.
But here's the thing: what makes it worse?
I give it an A because Branch could have got Branch. Oh, I would give it.
What's crazy? The Patriots was literally about to have our draft. Gonzalez and Branch back to back. That's what's crazy.
Yeah, we could have had that too. But honestly, I would have been okay with Gonzalez and Martin. I really would have.
I probably would have too.
You know what I'm saying? If we took Gonzalez, this pick would feel a lot better to me.
Yeah, I probably would have too. But the simple fact that you could have had both of them on this roster right now.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
I went to the Quan and Branch. For real. Over. I'm sorry. I'm not a Forbes guy, so I am biased.
Yeah, I've been cool with that.
100% biased. I went to Quan and Branch over Quan and Forbes.
But Quan is not going to be your outside. We still need an outside corner, though.
I would have lived without it. We got Branch. You don't mind. You can plug and play pretty much that position. Plug and play it.
No, we needed somebody on the outside. I would have been fine with Gonzalez and Branch. No, sorry, I would have loved Gonzalez Branch, but I would have been fine with Gonzalez and Martin because I do think there is things that Martin bring to the game that Branch isn't. The athleticism part, where Branch is a surefire tackler. He played in that Bama defense, also the SEC. There's things there that I loved about Branch, but there is things that Martin brings in a sense that Branch doesn't.
Is one guy, but there's levels to it though.
Yeah, but if they were both there and we took Martin over, that would have been more.
But this is also my thing. When you look at the Eagles, you don't need Forbes and Martin. You need something way better than that to compete with that.
But we're done talking about Forbes. We're just going to talk about Martin.
Well, that's what I'm saying in general.
Yeah,
we'll talk the Eagles in a little bit. Don't even bring up a team right now.
We agree on
that.
We'll
talk them in the winners and losers part.
You couldn't give Branch the next.
Y'all love calling people clowns. Do contact yourselves then.
No, it's okay. You can call me a clown, and it's all right. And and as I said,
keep donating.
My football knowledge only matches with the 6-time Super Bowl champion.
Exactly. That's the same thing I say.
That's how I feel about it.
Really.
Yeah, Rashad Wagyu style. We need a secondary. Are we not disagreeing that we didn't need help in the secondary? We're not disagreeing. But don't hit me with. Don't hit
I
me
like
with
Martin.
Forbes.
It's
to be excited.
I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Now at 16, I'm sorry. If you trade it back, you got Forbes. Cool. But
also, I'll say this. It's okay to disagree. I want to say this too. It's okay to disagree. It's fun.
Disagree.
That's the whole point. It's a lot of fun to argue and disagree. That's the great thing about sports, is because it doesn't really matter in the end. We care about it a lot, but
we just tired of being mid. That's all.
That's true. That is true.
What up, Will?
That's all it is.
All right,
we could have had Mayhew and Branch.
You gonna bust the rest of the draft together? I'm not trying to hold.
Or not Mayhew. Meyer, rather. Mayer.
They had Mayer too. Whatever.
But it doesn't matter. Okay. We like this pick. We like the Quan pick. We do like the Quan pick. That's good.
I like that.
Quan pick. I'll take Kincaid and Quan. What we got? Kincaid, bro. Man,
we're good.
Man, Ray Pro hands. Ron gotta see me, bro. I need a personal.
Oh, and I got a question.
Ron got a son.
Yes,
you gotta get me in a celebrity boxing match.
It's back to 16 though, but it's a simple yes or no.
All right, yes or no. I'll give you a yes or no, and that's it.
Do you think that if Josh Harris and then was in office, we still take Forbes?
No. Okay.
No. Matter of fact, hell no. 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 Absolutely not.
That's all we need to say. All right.
All right, let's get
on to the third round.
We're going to just run through the rest of the picks because we got to talk about the winners and losers and stuff too. But
I like this next pick.
We'll to the last draft. We'll just do day 3 all in one compound. So yeah, with the third round pick, the 97th pick overall, the Commanders draft Ricky Stromberg, center out of Arkansas. This made my day because I know a lot of people love Chase Roulier. I love Chase Roulier too. He just cannot stay healthy. And I think it's time for his replacement. So I think this pick was a great selection here. I know people, Nick Gates can play center. This opens up a lot of avenues now. Nick Gates can play guard now. You can fix the left guard situation. You can have,
or Stromberg can play guard.
Stromberg can play guard, but I think he's primarily a center though. It's like 85% of his snaps were center snaps. So he's definitely more of a center than a guard. But he did play guard though, so he can play guard if you want. You can. It allows you to put the best 5 people on the field to play offensive line for the team. I just want to tackle though, but whatever. Never talk for another day. I will give this one a B+. I like Ricky Stromberg. He's physical. He's nasty in the run game. He's fun to watch. And this is a guy that I definitely wanted on my team. I talked about him several times during the draft process. Shout out to Ricky Stromberg. You are a commander. Commander Ricky, you're in the building, sir. Thank you. Welcome to the team. I will give this one to Mr. Tim. So,
dude, A pick. This is I think this is my only A. I love this dude, and I wasn't necessarily in love with it when I first saw the things, the measurables and whatnot. But when I put on the tape versus, I believe it was Alabama that he was playing, and he was doing work. He is an IQ offensive lineman. He understands his assignment. He also has the ability to block, pass block and run block. Like he's not the quickest. He's not the fastest, but it doesn't matter. He's in the middle. He's in the trenches. He's got a tenacity about him. I liked Stromberg when I watched him. I was falling in love with him on this live stream. You could go back and watch it. I was just every other play, my smile got bigger and bigger and bigger because I really like this pick. It is sad to see Chase Roullier go. That is basically
if he goes.
It's almost etched in stone.
It's right on the wall. He's gone, bro. He's gone.
I mean, we could save like $8.5 million after Joe.
Yeah, that's what you would do.
That's true. You never know. You never know what in the world.
The right on the wall. He's gone.
I think so. I think he's gone. And so he's gone. And then you have Nick Gates and Stromberg fighting for center. And then whoever loses that almost could be your starting left guard unless Chris Paul and Sadiq Charles really show something. And Sadiq Charles has been here a while. He hasn't really solidified anywhere. So I don't have a lot of faith in him right now. Chris Paul is a guy that's interesting that we hopefully can develop.
Our left side is screwed.
Yeah, the Leno is a problem, but he's a problem we're gonna have to live with because he's not leaving, he's not changing, and it's sad, but it is what it is.
Every time we run shotgun, I'm putting a running back right on that side. Go chip, go help him, please. Something.
He gonna get spanked all year.
I like Stromberg. Give him an A.
Nah,
Stromberg.
All right, so we're gonna just put day 3 all in one.
Yeah, we could do that. That's fine. Well, or we just quickly go through each one. That's fine. You can have Jarris go first.
Yeah, so round 4 we drafted the 8 with 118 pick. I cannot pronounce his first name to save my life. I don't know why I cannot do this.
We definitely
Braden or Braden?
Braden.
Okay, Braden Daniels, offensive tackle / guard of Utah. We move up in round 5 and draft KJ Henry out of Clemson, defensive end. Round 6, we drafted Chris Rodriguez Jr., running back out of Kentucky. Then a 7th round pick, we drafted a guy that I don't know nothing about. I'm sorry, I'm keeping it bad with you. When I did my draft grades, I gave it an I. I gave it incomplete. I don't know nothing about dude. I'm gonna just keep it bad with you. Andre Jones, I don't know nothing about, bro. So if y'all know about something about Andre Jones, comment in the comment section down below. It's Tim and Jarris. You can give your thoughts on, bro. I don't know nothing about dude, so I won't give no thoughts on that. It's just an I. I don't know what dude is. He just ain't complete. I don't know. But start with Brandon Daniels. Jarris, what are your thoughts, sir?
Brandon Daniels, I gave a C-. I mean, simply because it's O-line, and I trust Eric Bieniemy. If you suck, you won't play. So I believe Eric Bieniemy put his whatever Eric Bieniemy gets, he'll make magic out of it. So I gave it a C- because it's O-line in this depth. The KJ Henry, you traded up 13 spots for KJ Henry. I'm gonna leave that there. The running back might have been the best pick of the draft.
I like him. I like him a lot. I like him a lot too.
I'll say I'm on record. There should be a competition for RB1 in that running back. Because that dude, one thing about he runs harder and he has a burst and he has some home run hitting ability. He reminds me of Tyler Algier with a burst.
He does play better than 40 times.
You remind me of Tyler Algier. So I think it should be a competition between those two. It really should. And the last one, I don't care about him. He's going to be on the practice squad anyway. That's irrelevant.
Braden Daniels, I just didn't like at all what I watched from him. They got him for position flex. He's never
I hate that.
playing tackle in the league. Never.
Position play doesn't matter on our roster.
And on top of that, like, I don't know if he's going to make the roster. I mean, obviously he has to because he's a 4th round pick. But in reality,
he's going to be depth.
he's not better than what we got in many ways.
He gonna be
Like,
that.
from what I was watching,
He
he's
gonna be that.
undersized at 6'4", 294 with only, I think, 33-inch arms or 32 and a half or something like small arms.
He's definitely a guard.
So he's going to be a guard, but he's not extremely strong. He's more quick than strong. So I don't know what kind of offense we're running as far as, is it going to be a lot of quickness and zone runs to the outside?
Leave it up to Jahan. He said we be trying to stretch the field. That's what he said.
Yeah, well, maybe we're trying to stretch the field with our own line too. I don't particularly think this guy is very interesting. And so 33-inch arms. There you go. Yeah, so I mean, obviously he's gonna make the roster because of where he drafted him, but I just don't. I mean, if he plays, we're in trouble because that means we've lost anybody that's quality in this room. But anyway, so that's one. KJ Henry, I thought the trade up was very odd. From when I watched him, I wasn't like super excited when I was watching his highlights. I didn't go super depth because I've been. Whenever I get into the I'm just so frustrated by the Forbes Gonzalez. That's where I've been focusing majority of my film watching on. But from what I watched, it doesn't seem like he's super exciting. And you guys love to talk the stats when you guys talk about Forbes, right? Well, this guy had 3.5 sacks this year. Are we drafting Chase Young 2.0, a guy that can't get a sack to save his life? 3.5 sacks in 10, 12 games does not
13
excite me.
Can't miss prospect.
So, I mean, we'll see what he brings. He's not a guy that I'm super excited about, but hopefully he's a 4th or 5th round pick. I mean, how much faith you're going to have in a 5th round pick?
Well, they got a lot of faith for you trading up 13 spots.
That's true. So I'll give him a C-ish. Maybe. We'll see.
For somebody who's going to be a 6th string DN.
I don't mind the position drafted. I think an edge rusher on this roster late was fine.
He's not going to trade up.
But, yeah, the trade up was definitely odd. I would have rather taken him in the 4th and not touched Braden Daniels at all and go somewhere else at guard. But anyway, 6th round, Chris Rodriguez is a guy that, he's very similar to Brian Robinson. He's going to put his head down and try to get as many yards as he can. He's not the fastest individual. He's not the 3rd down back we were asking for. He's basically he's a little bit bigger Jarrett Patterson in a little ways, but so he's much bigger, I should say, because I don't think Jarrett Patterson's very big at all. This guy is 6 foot, 225 pounds. When I watched him, he carried 6 Georgia Bulldogs on one play. The guy is tough, super tough. And it's a lot better than what we could have had if we traded up for Jahmyr Gibbs.
You want to know what's crazy? They got him in what round?
We got him in the 6th.
And what we give Brian Robinson?
3rd. Yeah, you don't draft running back early. So I'm very happy that we did not reach for a running back. It's fine. He's not the running back I would have picked there, but it's fine. I'll live with this pick. I think it's B. We'll see what he can do. I hope this means that we're going to use Antonio Gibson and more 3rd down back slash slot roll slash kick returner slash punt returner. Get the ball in Antonio Gibson's arm or hands in many different ways in space.
2 running back sets with him and Curtis.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, get him because use his receiving ability. Use the heck out of Antonio Gibson in other ways where now Brian Robinson and Rodriguez can be your 1 and 2 back. I mean, I don't know if there's going to be a real competition. I think Brian Robinson played pretty darn good last year, and we'll see what practice or preseason can show. But yeah, I like those. I thought the pick was fine. And then the last pick, I actually thought he showed a little bit more burst and quickness than KJ Henry did as far as an edge rusher. He's not the biggest guy in the world, but he's an interesting guy from Louisiana. I mean, he's from the same defense as Percy Butler. So whoever is our scout in the region of that Southeast in Louisiana or whatever has apparently a lot of pull in our draft room because we took another Louisiana Raging Cajun where I don't think a lot of them are getting drafted. So apparently that guy has a lot of pull. We're drafting another one. It's a 7th round pick. I'm not going to kill them or harp about it. If they like him, sure, we'll see what he can be as a rotational guy.
You boys ever seen a Super Bowl? Heck no. As for me, the Chris Rodriguez pick's probably my favorite one. All four of them. I actually like KJ Henry a little bit more than other people do. It's the stats.
At
aren't
least
the
Jones,
best.
6.5 sacks, I believe.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be a solid rotational edge rusher, nothing more. But in the 5th round, whatever. And the Brandon Daniels pick, get out of here. Yeah, C at best. I don't know. I don't even know why you drafted this fool. Yeah. Whatever. This is
B-Rob and
what
C-Rod.
talk show,
That's what we got.
and they run the team. That's why they stupid. Whatever. They're retarded. All right, so yeah, that's what it's a draft and a recap.
I
What are
love that
your overall
argument
predictions for the
too.
draft?
We're talking about a GM and a coach that have combined for 5 winning seasons in 23 years. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're doing. It's clear, and they have a track record
They
showing they stink.
They're cool with being mid.
Yeah. 7
Currently.
wins a season, baby. Let's
Mid.
go.
MID. Mid Mayhew and Ron the Reacher. That's their new nicknames.
Yep. All right. That's our draft.
F.
I'm gonna give it a C plus.
Just give me the F, bro.
It's average. It's average.
Bro, I can't, bro.
Average. You got to grade the players that were picked. It's average. It's average.
But okay, all right, now once you do that, you gotta like put it together. Like, all right, let me ask you a question. Do you believe we closed the gap with any teams?
No.
All right then.
I think we got slightly better, but that's it. I think Rodriguez will be better than what we got from J. Eli, which is nothing. I believe Quan could be way better than Bobby McCain.
I mean, for me, I'm grading the draft based off of the teams in our division and opposing teams around the league. How do we stack up? And apparently, we still sit the same way. So that's why I give that
7th, 8th best team in the NFC, or borderline playoff team. I don't think that's changed.
That's frustrating.
It is frustrating. But I gotta grade the players that were drafted. I'm not gonna think about other scenarios. I'm gonna just grade the players that are in front of me, and what I saw was slightly above average. You know what? I'm giving it a C plus because Quan and Chris Rodriguez were the only ones I gave A's for. I gave Forbes a C. I gave what's his face the Ricky Stromberg a B. Day 2 was good. Day 3 was meh, average. Like they've been average football players. Whatever. Good draft. How?
You're not gonna argue. It's fine. It's good. It's good.
I'm not arguing with ignorance.
We
If
gave
they happy,
our
like I said, that's in my video. If y'all happy with being, if you're happy with being mediocre, this is your draft. If you're happy with winning 7, 8.
If Ronnie doesn't save his job, I think he lost it.
If this, I mean, like, I would hold on to this Forbes thing to the end of the world because I cannot get off this. But at the end of the day, if you're okay with being mediocre and winning 7 to 8 games a year, this is your draft.
All right. What's next on the docket there, Broski?
All right, let's go around the league. Take a trip around the league, around the National Football League. Give me 2 winners and 2 losers from the NFL draft. Actually, we're going to start this one. I'll go and kick it off. The number 1 winner to me, honestly speaking, is the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm keeping it being with you. Keeping it being with you. The fact they got DeAndre Swift.
That's number 1.
The fact they get Jalen Carter. On top of that, get Nolan Smith in the first round. They did some other quality things about the draft as well. But those 3 players right there, you get 3 stars immediately. I don't really see many teams having 3 or 4 starters immediately out their drafts. So to me, number 1 is Philadelphia. And number 2, the Seattle Seahawks. Did they thing. Adding Jackson Smith and Jigba, along with Tyler Lockett, who's still expired in a couple of years. And with DK Metcalf, with Geno at quarterback, I think that's a good trio for Geno to throw the ball to. With a little sprinkle of Noah Fant. If you got Devon Witherspoon with Tariq Woolen, that's disgusting.
It is.
Legion of Boom 2.0, maybe?
That's what I was saying. They're legit trying to
Legion of Boom 2.0?
Legion of Boom. They're legit trying
What
to
are we
do
talking
that.
about? So the Seahawks
trying to
and
do
Eagles
that
are
again.
winners to me. Losers in this draft. Commanders.
Fact.
Commanders. You settled for mid-talent, and you got some good football players. I'm not saying you got complete trash, but you definitely, with that first-round pick, could have did more with it. You could have turned it to more value, could have traded back, did some other things. You got a little spicy. Choose not to. And my second loser, this one's a little weird. I don't know. That's a little weird to me. The second loser. Also, my other loser on the league. Actually, I got one more winner. Actually, the Cardinals are a winner. They got like 100 draft picks next year.
They do.
Other loser around the league. This one's gonna be a little weird to say. I'm gonna say the Lions. They overdrafted Jahmyr Gibbs. I don't like drafting.
They overdrafted twice.
And Jack Campbell.
They got one right.
I don't know what they thought Jack Campbell was a first round pick for. They lost their everlasting mind. I don't know what kind of they were rolling up before they started drafting players. I don't know what kind of liquor they was drinking. I don't know what they was thinking, but they lost complete logic. I never seen a GM reach for players like that. That was weird. So yeah.
But
Commanders, Lions, losers.
In my mind, for that Gibbs pick, if we really were going to take Gibbs at 16, maybe that was their logic in trading back to get him or something.
They weren't drafting Gibbs at 16, bro.
I don't know. Why else would you take him at 12? So, like, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That would have to be. They probably know something that we don't. That's high. That's extra high. They got Branch though at good value, great value. They traded up for that.
Jahmyr Gibbs was great as a late second or late first.
I thought he was gonna go late first. He wasn't gonna make it past Dallas.
You took him at 12. No. When Gonzalez on the board and you just trade Jeff Okuda away and you take Jahmyr, get out of here. Stop it. Don't hit me with that, please. Miss me with that.
All right, my turn.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, the biggest loser by far was the Lions. Their draft was horrible. I like the Cardinals draft. They went and got an offensive lineman for their boy Kyler Murray, a good one, the top one on the board, Paris Johnson, as long as Bijo Ojulari and Garrett Williams, the corner out of Syracuse, and then another guy that a lot of people liked, Owen Poe, linebacker from Auburn. They got, so I thought their draft was pretty nice. Let's see who else is a loser, or another winner is solely the Patriots for what they just did to us. They still get a dog. I really loved the Bears' first pick. I thought it was weird that they went 3 defensive tackles.
Right?
Yeah, Darnell Wright. I love that pick, and they got to trade back. They also added the Roschon Johnson, the other running back from Texas, who's got a lot of talent as well. So I liked what the Bears did. I think the Bears had a pretty solid draft there. Yeah. So I don't know. Those are the ones that I see off the top of my head that I'm looking through, as well as I'm looking through.
And the Giants had a better day pre. I'll put the Giants up there too, because they had a really good day 1 too.
No, trading up for Deonte Banks was not good. I don't like that.
I think Deonte Banks was probably the best player on the board at the time, though.
But they traded up for him. If they stayed put and took him, that's fine. But they traded up. I don't know what they lost, but they should have just stayed put.
I like what the Giants did, personally.
I love the fact they drafted Jalen Hyatt.
Me too.
That's a good look too. Yeah.
Hyatt had a ton of touchdowns, but I think I would have looked at that other Tennessee receiver first. But I don't know.
I like Hyatt though. I think Hyatt's pretty good.
Eagles, winners, dinners. Pittsburgh are winners.
JPJ at 32.
I'm just not the biggest fan of Broderick Jones.
Pittsburgh got Broderick Jones at left tackle, and then you got JPJ at 32. Then you got the D tackle. Then they got Corey Trice late. That was a beautiful to top it all off. They got Corey Trice late. So to me, they second. Losers, us, obviously. And I would say the Jets. Will McDonald.
Will McDonald's a reach.
I'll say the Jets.
But they got Zach Kuntz in the 7th.
He don't get no PT.
Once that knee, that could be an absolute steal. They did get Joe Tippmann as well.
I mean, you count day one.
7th round and Zach Kuntz. I mean, that could be big money right there. But yeah, I mean, the best draft though by a mile was the hated Eagles. I mean, good night.
I wish we had they had no intention in drafting Jalen Carter coming in here, none, and it just fell right into their lap. And they said, "Screw this, we're going to move up one and go get him because he's there." That's the difference in a Super Bowl contender versus a mid team.
I mean, Tanner Key was not interesting to me, but everything else is. They
just smart. Like, we're just dumb. So Nolan Smith at 30?
Golly, you know what? Pittsburgh Steelers draft. I'm not the biggest fan of Broderick Jones, but they also got Darnell Washington in the 3rd and Nick Herbig in the 4th.
Forgot they got Darnell Washington to pair up with Pat Fryermuth, George Pickens, Deontay Johnson, Allen Robinson. Oh, they're loaded over there. Najee Harris.
Steelers are a sleeper team for sure.
Loaded everywhere.
Yeah,
I like what they did. I think they're interesting.
Then the Eagles got DeAndre Swift, who just topped it all off.
Yeah. Definitely OD.
That is unbelievable.
Come on, bro. Whoever GM that is,
I'm not gonna lie. You know their most shrewd move was picking up Rashad Penny. Rashad Penny's a very shrewd.
Swift for a 4th. That is a thievery.
You got Rashad Penny for $1 million. You got Rashad Penny for $1 million. You ain't trading on draft picks.
All I can think about
Rashad Penny for $1 million.
When they,
I think he's as good as a running back as Swift is if he's healthy. I see Rashad Penny at 6 straight 100-yard games. Never seen Swift do that. As good as Swift is, I've never seen him do that.
Do you remember?
He is a dog too. That's
do you remember what Swift did to us last year?
I know. I see Rashad Penny do around the league.
That's around the league. I'm talking about what Swift did to us. We gotta see him twice a year now. That sucks.
He gotta stay healthy though.
That's true. That's true.
All right.
So, yeah, I thought winners and losers around the draft. Guess anything else y'all want to talk about? Because I've been that was
32 trading up to 32. We talk about that.
Or trade up for potentially drafting Jahmyr Gibbs.
Let's talk about that real quick. There's a rumor that Airbnb wanted Jahmyr Gibbs at 16. I don't know how true the rumor is. I don't really care. I'm not drafting a running back on the first
EB could be fired with the rest of them. Draft a first-round running back. What a ding-dong. Just like they drafted Clyde Edwards-Helaire. That was probably his pick. Let me go get Clyde the Clyde. Yeah, a guy that never...
32nd pick in the draft. Okay, it's not that bad.
It's horrible. It's not horrible.
It's not that bad.
You don't draft a running back that early. I bet you could go through and go look at the rest of the running backs that year, and it's Jonathan Taylor was drafted that year. And they took Clyde over Jonathan Taylor.
I mean,
and I'm sure there's other ones that you can go
through. Chiefs, though. They can do whatever they want.
Yeah, because they have.
Let's add some comments. That's good. We got a lot of comments here. As a fan, y'all at least give your team a chance to show their picks off in the season. So we like the Rodriguez pick. We like the other pick in the 2nd round. How are we so negative?
I'm okay on the Rodriguez. I don't love the pick. I don't think.
I love that.
Listen, let's say these guys come in and they play well. There is a ceiling to how good we can be still. It's a ceiling to it. We haven't closed the gap with other teams. There's nothing really to be excited about. Even if these guys do come in and play well, we're still not ready to compete against the Eagles, to say just them alone.
Nobody's ready to compare.
Forget the AFC. We're not ready to compete against the Eagles.
Well, you can't even talk about the Eagles. The Eagles are the best team in the
Let them tell it. They said we beat them last year. They're not an issue for us. That's what they're saying. The Eagles are not an issue because we beat them last year. Well, okay.
Maybe this year they'll have Jordan Davis and now Jalen Carter.
I mean, the one team I caught up with is the Giants.
I mean, I like their center. They gave us their trash and Gates and went and picked up a nice center, probably the best center in the draft, in John Michael Schmitz.
I think this draft just makes it that much more pressure for our D line to step up even more. I think it just put more pressure on our D line.
Oh, 100%.
It puts extra pressure on Chase that wasn't really needed. Then it put more pressure on Tez. Why do that? Help him out at least. But that's the only chance that we got at really competing for something if those two guys be what they supposed to be. If those two guys are going to come in and be, you can tell me, you can promise me that they're going to come in here and Chase is going to be the generational talent and Tez is going to be that Tennessee Titan Tez. All right, we can beat anybody. But if they're not going to do that or be some resemblance of that, 9-8. I mean, you know what? I believe in Eric Bieniemy. And I believe in Sam Howell in that offense. And I think they're going to protect our defense. But there's still a ceiling to how good we can be with these players. And that's the issue. Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith is the difference between winning that extra playoff game or losing one.
Top right guy needs to hop on the Eagles bandwagon. No one said we're going to be Eagles fans, man. It's the fact that we see what these other teams doing around the league. We're disappointed we're not doing the same thing.
Exactly.
Yep.
Like, that's it. It's not, we think all these players are trash. It's not that. It's not that. It's not being negative, being objective. We see around the league, the Cardinals about to suck this year, but you know what they're about to do? They're going to probably number one pick next year. They're going to trade Kyler Murray away, get all that side off their books, load up in free agency, and they got 14 draft picks. And boom, they right back in the NFC West race with their new head coach and Jonathan Gannon. Like that. Ron Rivera said it took 5 years to build a culture and to win. Watch the Cardinals go back from missing the playoffs and being trash to making the playoffs in 2 years.
They don't get that.
They're about to trade D-Hop away and be trash. And they're going to bounce back and get rid of a franchise quarterback and draft Caleb Williams. In 2 years, they're going to be good. Watch.
Look at, like, I keep pointing to you don't like me pointing to the Eagles. They turned it around in one season and went to the Super Bowl. One. So everybody, Tim, you did too. We all laughed at Nick Sirianni.
Oh, that press conference? Oh, but no, I was like the first one to hop on the Eagles. When they were 3-6, I said, watch out. They are a potential playoff team. And sure enough, they came in through. I was a believer in the Eagles way before anybody else. But that press conference was comical. It was
turned that franchise around within a year's time.
But Ron Rivera needs 5 years.
Exactly.
To go 500.
You know what they do? They went out and got blue chip players. That's what they went out and did.
500 season. That's not true. He went 8-1.
When you got fans saying, I said we should have drafted George Pickens. He said, why draft George? We didn't draft George Pickens because we already have a number one receiver. Well, you have fans saying stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, look, this is another thing.
That's mediocrity,
I just want to remind people. This is the head coach that didn't know that Landon Collins was a box safety until week 6 of the season when he reviewed the film at the break, at the bye. Before then, they were trying to force him to be a deep safety, and then they finally made the change. Or this is the team that let go of Brandon Sheriff and Eric Flowers and brought in Andrew Norwell and Trey Turner. Or this is the team that put Dax Milne back there and said, yeah, we don't need DeAndre Carter anymore. We're good on that. Or I'm sure there's other ones that we can go through that. Oh, yeah, Jamin Davis is going to be trying to be shoehorned in to a middle linebacker spot. And we're not going to change that until it's completely obvious now 10 weeks in and now we have to give Cole Holcomb the green dot. Or I like they constantly do things that want to make you pull your hair out, and they're so slow to the change. Or the defensive line coach was terrible, and yet for some reason you wait until 2 weeks before the season or 3 weeks before the season to fire him. Why wasn't he fired right after the season when you did your evaluations? I don't know. They're so slow to act. They don't make great decisions, and it's frustrating. But it is what it is.
Let the fans tell it. We got a real shot. We do if everything falls in the right place.
Why y'all complaining now? You should have been known a long time ago. I know, Roger. Yes. Well, first of all, I was always on the Mayhew was terrible. I was always on that. As soon as we hired him, I was on that one.
Mayhew.
I was not on the Ron was terrible. It took me too long to get on that train. But I was very upset with him when he hired Martin Mayhew. But it's fine.
All I'm saying is this. Well, we're not when we hired Ron Rivera, you can go back in my archives. It was January 1st, 2020. I said he's an average head coach. He's solid. He's not gonna win no championship.
Yeah.
I said it in my video back in 2020 when I had like 80 subscribers. You want to go look at it, go look at it. Go to archives, look up Go check sports, Ron Rivera, and you'll find it and you'll say, dang, he said it. I knew Ron was average. Mm-hmm. But I didn't know he was this incompetent. This is not it, bro. Mm-hmm. It's not it. It's not it. You draft Jamin Davis at 19. That's not it. I'm sorry, it's not it.
I mean, I'm not. That pick is more so. I mean, it should have been JOK, but that pick could be worth it if we actually had a better defensive coordinator.
I don't think Jack is that bad of a coordinator. I think he's an average coordinator. I mean, you could do much better than Jack Del Rio. I'm not disagreeing, but there are a lot worse defensive coordinators out there than Jack Del Rio. But not here, no there. Right, see, that's 2021. Right now, your boy, Mr. number 2 overall pick. What's up with him? I hope he does something. I really hope he does something.
Yeah, I believe he will.
I hope he does something.
Really but my point is, I hope he will. My point is, you just added more pressure on him for no reason. So he really has to perform like a generational talent now for us to have a shot to act really competing for something.
Right.
Versus if you have
Gonzalez,
that takes pressure off a guy like Chase and Tiz. That helps them actually be more what we think they could be. But now this is the position you put us in, so it is what it is. You made it harder than what it needed to be. So
if it and I know y'all killed Jahan Dawson. I won't kill the Jahan Dawson pick.
Nobody said Jahan sucked. It's the same thing as the fourth pick. Nobody said Jahan sucked. He just wasn't the value of the pick. The value of the pick wasn't a good value pick. He wasn't the best receiver on the board.
It was a slight reach. I still a reach.
He's still good. No one ever say he's good, but 16th overall, no.
I think he could live to it. If he gets a couple $1,000 season in a row, I think he could. But he has to do that. If it this year, I'm sorry, this ain't gonna cut it. I'm sorry, this ain't gonna cut it. If you told me Emmanuel Forbes was the 25th pick and we got extra draft capital, sure, I have no problem with it. But you mean to tell me you didn't look at your board? You didn't do extra research? You didn't use your 10 minutes? Why? I'm gonna be much more descriptive about my problem with the pick, and I'm gonna leave it at that. My problem wasn't you drafted Emmanuel Forbes. That's not my problem. You didn't do any extensive research on your 10 minutes. You didn't go check the board.
You didn't go check the board,
and then you just said turn the pick. You didn't ask for teams say, "Hey, you want Christian Gonzalez? You want to move up for him?" You didn't do none of that. You didn't explore those options. That is my problem. Good teams explore options. That's what good organizations do. That's what the Ravens do. That's what the Steelers do. The 49ers. The Eagles. Much I can't stand them. The good organizations around the league, the Patriots, they do those things. They explore all their options. They double check all their work before they go ahead and turn the pick in, especially in the first round. Now the Patriots could draft a receiver for save their life, but that's not the point. They at least do their research. They didn't do their research. They just saw the player. They were thirsty for him and just turned the card in. That's not good drafting,
bro.
That's not good drafting. You didn't do it. You didn't use your 10 minutes wisely. That's my problem. Not the fact they drafted Emmanuel Forbes. I don't think Emmanuel Forbes is a bad football player. I think he could be a really solid starting NFL corner. And I think he can take the ball away. But also, I think he can get burnt because he's going to bite on double moves. I saw on tape. He's going to bite on the most simplest fakes. You're going to give him a lot of yardage. It's going to happen. That's when you live with ball hawks. You're going to live with that. That's what you live with.
It's one
Hope
dimension.
y'all enjoy. Because some Dallas fans don't love Trayvon this, so he take the ball away, but he get burnt too much for me. Y'all gonna say the same thing about Emmanuel Forbes in about a year and a half. Don't get mad. Come out to this video if you want to come out to this video and say, "Oh, dang, Protect said that," because it's gonna be the truth. He's gonna be a really good corner, but he's not gonna be great. That's my thing.
Nobody what. Look, Joe Rock here. Go to that super chat, please. The mere fact
they didn't get any calls for their pick.
They didn't try to take any.
They didn't try to attack nothing.
They didn't try to take any, bro. They came in predetermined that Emmanuel Forbes is the 16th pick. Predetermined. Because here's the thing.
Robert Murray said he's a Venmo.
You knew Forbes was going to be at 16. You knew he was for a fact. So you had all night up until one say, be on the phone call all night up until pick 16. You could have stayed on the phone. And as the draft board was falling, teams would be like, all right, we want to come up for this. But you didn't do that all night. You wasn't on the phone ringing the phone since pick one. You wasn't. You wasn't trying to move. You wanted to stay right where you were and take Emmanuel Forbes. Then you want to come out and lie and say there was no teams willing to trade the call. No, you didn't do your due diligence. And just be real about it. Stop trying to lie. Stop trying to lie. Like you knew what you did was stupid. Like you wanted Forbes from the get-go. That's what you wanted coming into the draft. You were heartless on Forbes and you went after him. You knew he's gonna be at 16.
We're not saying he can prove his game. We're not saying that. We're talking right now, how he is right now. If he doesn't improve, let's just say he is what he is right now, he'll probably be nothing but a solid starting corner. If he hones his skills and really works on not biting on double moves, yeah, he could be a Pro Bowl. But he has to work on his things. He has to really work. And I don't trust our secondary coach that's new to do that. It's another thing you have to put into the equation. You trust our secondary coach?
So
it ain't Chris Harris, some other dude I don't know about.
It's more question marks.
I don't trust him. I don't know who the hell he is.
That's the thing. It's more question marks. He has to get better in certain things that a guy like Christian Gonzalez already is good at.
What went right with / for Ron in 2015 to get to the Super Bowl?
Thank Cameron Jarrell Newton. And I'm leaving it at that.
Cam Newton. Yeah, I mean, they ran the ball a ton with Newton and Jonathan Stewart.
Thomas Davis. Thank them.
I wouldn't say.
And then he hit on some good linebackers, too. And then also the Kawan Short was a beast back then.
Kawan Short.
Kawan Short? No, it's Kawan, right?
Kawan, yeah. Kawan.
Forbes is a zone corner, and he's one-dimensional.
But yeah, and then Luke Kuechly turned into an All-Pro.
That's still in Josh Norman too.
That's for sure. He did not hit with this, but also he didn't have Martin Mayhew. That's one thing. Hurney actually was decent in the first round, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
If we go through, he didn't do great in other rounds deeper, but he was actually decent in the first round. Where Mayhew has been terrible in the first round ever since he was a GM. Other than taking Matt Stafford number 1 and Ndamukong Suh number 2, and I think Ansah number 4.
Ezekiel Ansah.
Yeah, number 4. Like if he had a top 5 pick, he hit on those. But like he took freaking Brandon Pettigrew, Eric Ebron, There were so many other he
Even
was there for like 8 years.
This comment really doesn't even matter to me.
All right.
Owen Wright was
Anyway,
mom.
but thanks for the super chat.
Hey, thank for the donation. Ford play against top talent. Gonzalez did not.
What did Forbes do against that top talent?
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, man. Gonzalez not a good fit for our defense.
Oh my God!
Stop saying that, bro. Stop saying that. You fit your defense to the players on the roster. Stop trying to.
First of all, Gonzalez can play zone. Why do we act like he can't play zone?
Like I said, Forbes can't improve.
Only play zone. But Gonzalez can play zone.
Gonzalez,
he played
one of Gonzalez's pros is he can fit any scheme.
Yeah,
that's one of his pros. Forbes can't fit any scheme.
Didn't really develop.
He can't.
Kinkley and Newton. I mean, they were first-round picks, of course. I don't know if he developed them or not developed them. I don't know. It's fine, whatever. I mean, Newton was already a number one pick.
The only guy they really developed was Josh Norman. That's it. Just call it.
Yeah, well, that front seven they had was legit. I wish I could remember more names in that front seven. But
Tulele.
Yeah, like they
had a mob.
Really good.
They had a mob.
In that front seven, which
how we know
they got after the quarterback all the time, and they played primarily.
How we know Gonzalez can fit this game? That's what he's asking.
Oh, how we know, bro?
Oh, because I went and watched the tape. I went and watched him in Oregon.
They were playing zone sometimes in Oregon.
Yeah,
and in Colorado.
I watched him several other
talking
times.
about,
like,
bro.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't just make this up. I also didn't just read the PFF take on Gonzalez. I went and watched.
They screwed that pick up too.
Losing that third pick for Wentz hurt this draft a little bit. I was okay with the trade for Wentz, so I was wrong with them on that front. But at the same time, wrong is not the right word because I was fine with if he failed. It was more of a stopgap dude with high potential, and unfortunately, Scott Turner's offense didn't suit him at all because they.
Well, you continue to trust the national consensus. The national consensus has been wrong year after year after year, so you continue to trust them.
Oh yeah.
And even the national consensus says Christian Gonzalez has been a quarterback before.
Yeah.
So what are you talking about? Get out of here.
The consensus is they liked the pick, which is fine, and you could take the national consensus, and that's what most 100% of fans, or not 100%, sorry, 99% of fans are going to do because they don't have time to go watch film or a lot of them didn't play football or themselves, and so they're more fans just rooting for their team, which is fine. And I hope the consensus is all right as well because I do feel like I'm in the twilight zone. I feel like I'm on an island.
Yeah, well, you're not. Well, it's not happening.
Yeah, Jairus and I are sitting on an island, but even I'm farther on the island. I'm on a different island where I don't like Forbes.
I don't either. To be real,
you said he was solid.
He is solid, but
I think he's solid. I think he's solid.
I think he is literally only a scheme corner.
Nobody talks about man coverage.
Corner. Hold on, if you're getting a scheme zone corner. That's a fourth-round pick, in my opinion. That is not a first-round pick.
Yeah, you're picking somebody who's just one-dimensional.
Yeah, you're picking a guy to fit your scheme solely. And that's what we did with a first-round pick.
He takes the ball away, bruh. There's going to be games where you don't take the ball away. What else can you do? He can't do nothing else but that. There's going to be games where he doesn't take the ball away. So the other games, what's happening? He's getting roasted. So that doesn't do nothing for us at all.
And Super Chef, I hope you're right, man. Super Chef, I hope you're right, man. I hope he really puts the work in and improves on his weaknesses and really try to really diversify his game. I hope he does.
If you draft a dude at 16, he needs to be a corner that you can man up on their number one.
Ready.
Well, it's not even. I don't even care if you're ready or not. Or in a sense, of course, I care if you're ready because you are a first-round pick. You need to step in. I do agree with that. I'm not disagreeing with that whatsoever. But he is. If you're drafting a corner at pick 16, in my opinion, he should be a dude that you feel comfortable putting on the other team's number one receiver and saying, he's your man. That is never happening, ever,
That's the point.
with Emmanuel Forbes. Never.
And that's why that's the other thing, because I say he's not going to be following around opposing team number one receiver. St. Juice did.
Not
Now,
even.
I will say this. Now, I will say this though. I will say this about this. It's a certain situation where you don't have to have that. If you already have a CB1 on your roster, you don't
He's
need
him.
If you got a true cornerback one on your roster already, and you decide to take a corner in the first round, he does not have to follow number receiver all the time. You already have your CB1. You have a true cornerback one.
Not a name.
You're right about that, but why not have two of them that can do that? Wouldn't you want two that can do that? Because
I wouldn't mind. I'm saying it's not a requirement.
Character always has something to do with
bonus when you already
you
have
know how much I love St. Juice.
Okay.
He does get hurt. If he goes down, he is now your primary one, and he has to guard all the number one receivers. Are you comfortable with him doing that?
No, you're going to put Kendall Fuller on one side and Forbes on the other.
Receiver.
So
wait, what? What did you say for a second?
You're going to put Kendall Fuller on the number one receiver.
No, you're not.
You are.
No, you're putting Kendall Fuller on one side and Forbes on the other. Kendall Fuller's not chasing nobody. He's not following anybody.
But here's the thing, Tim.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying Ron's going to trust Kendall Fuller more this season than Emmanuel Forbes.
And another thing is,
when I saw
St.
Juice went down, they had Kendall Fuller, followed Brandon Cooks, and all the other number one receivers we played after St. Juice went down.
You can't. A zone corner can't follow around a player. Number one receiver, you can't. He's a zone corner. He's only good in zone. That's his strength. So essentially, you drafted a guy.
You don't have Kendall Fuller follow
that if the number one guy goes down, the guy that you drafted cannot take one of the number ones because that's not his skill set.
Gonzalez was a name. Stop chasing names and get the talent.
That is the talent.
So
he's a top 10 talent.
Gonzalez wasn't talented. That's insane.
Witherspoon's definitely a dude you're putting on the number one.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
You should. You love Ron. He's him according to you.
Yeah, I did love Ron this offseason. I didn't love his draft. So you should shut up. You gonna stop talking to me like that too. That's your last time talking to me like that.
Podcast has something to do with it too. We see him get routed up. Watch the
He's
film.
Not another one.
He got routed up.
He's a zone corner.
No,
he cannot follow around the opposing team's number one. That's not zone. That is man.
Jared, forget that point. Forget that. We seen him get routed the hell up. Devontae Smith took that boy to school. He made that boy like he was on skates, like his ankles didn't exist. Your boy George Pickens manhandled like a little boy. That's why. Little boy, too small. Little boy. Stop playing, bro. Y'all be tweaking in this comment section. Y'all be blowing me, bro. I swear to gosh, bro.
No. It's not here or there.
The difference between Emmanuel Forbes.
It's not here or there.
Bro. I can't tell y'all, bro.
There is no.
I'm not saying
lockdown.
Forbes trash, but y'all need something out of this dude wasn't getting routed up. He was getting routed up, bro. He was getting spanked.
Dude, look. Everybody's saying you're judging him on his freshman year. He never manned up his last year. They quit doing it because he sucked at it. They say you play off coverage zone. They quit doing it this year. There is no tape of him going up against a receiver this year and shutting anyone down. There's zero tape of that. If you have the tape, please DM it to me because I have been looking for it hard. There is nothing. He is
all three of us have been
on one side of the field playing off coverage zone defense.
Bro, I spent my vacation watching film. I was in Atlanta. Could have been having fun, but I decided to spend 3 hours to watch this man's film. I didn't see one time when he was man-to-man on anyone. They actually strapped him.
Okay, again, 1.1 passer rating in man coverage. Please send me the collage of when he's in man-to-man. Because if you're talking about zone match, when he's playing the deep third in safety as like a deep third in coverage, and the guy runs a seam or a vertical. That's not complicated. You just run straight with your 4.35 speed. Yeah, if that looks like man-to-man to PFF, that's going to look like a 1.1%. He didn't man up anybody.
Please, I hope he does. I already do.
Like,
I hope he do. I want him to be good. I don't want to be garbage. I want him to be a good corner. I do. I just don't see it. I don't see nothing but an above average starting NFL corner.
I watched him against LSU. Who did I watch at Mississippi State?
They are really arguing for Emmanuel Forbes.
I don't see it.
They're arguing hard.
And I get it. He's
Zone.
But I just don't see it.
Zone corner.
Emmanuel Forbes. Or sorry,
Jahan
Mississippi State
Pickens.
defense.
I'll take Pickens over Jahan. And I'm a Jahan fan. I'm a Penn State fan.
Zone.
Which videos?
I
watched him versus Alabama this year.
These people
We have
crazy.
another Jamin Davis.
Y'all saying he fits the scheme, zone, but now you're saying he can play man. Which one is it? He can't play man at all. Press any of that. He's a zone corner.
Watched against LSU. I watched him against Texas
A&M. Most of us had made mistakes. We all make mistakes, but we're human. If Witherspoon going up,
yeah.
Tariq wasn't that good last year. I don't know.
That's what I mean. But that's a great problem to have. He will take one. He gonna have the assignment. Woolen gonna have the assignment. That's a great problem to have. We don't let it. We don't got that.
Roasted. Yes, we said that. We said that. We got cooked against Georgia. But I seen Forbes get consistently toasted, deep fried, sauteed with extra seasoning.
In zone.
My man.
Hold on. Gonzalez got torched in the run game. I gotta watch more of it, I guess, because I don't remember seeing him getting torched with. He didn't get routed up by a bunch of people on the Georgia game. It was that he was manning up, and
I'm not
he
tripping
was
over Roger.
not in the run
an
game.
idiot.
And that's I'm not. He has to learn it. But also, what's easier to teach a player? Zone and understanding route concepts, or being able to go ahead mano a mano match up one-on-one.
I want to play man. I don't want to play zone. If I want to switch the daggone scheme.
Okay, I'm
for real.
Out
there.
What's his name? Sent me something.
That is all he can do. That is literally all. That's all you guys say. He fits the scheme.
He can play man.
He fits the scheme.
He
can't play man in his league.
TLC Carroll had a question. Let's answer.
Oh,
we have a winning season.
Wait, you showed me Forbes versus Pickens. Did you want me to say that?
We have a winning season. But what I'm gonna tell you this.
You didn't win that one.
All the other teams in our division got significantly better this offseason, and we did not follow suit.
Wait, Bot, are you sitting me
line? But we did not get any blue chip player.
Exactly.
We got more starters. Yes, we didn't get. Did we get a Darren Waller? No. Did we get a Stephon Gilmore?
No.
Hold
on, Bud. Are you sending me this George Pickens versus Emmanuel Forbes video in defense of Emmanuel Forbes? Is that what? Or are you sending it to me to show how he got dogged by George Pickens? Because I've seen this before.
Got spanked. I think we went to the offseason like the 8th, 9th best team in the NFC. We're probably the 7th best team in the NFC. We're a French playoff team like we were at the beginning.
I watched this. He got destroyed by Pickens.
I don't think we got that much of a team, man.
I believe in Eric Bieniemy. I'll say that.
Touchdown, George Pickens.
A1 is often his Forbes, bro.
Bang.
Then stop, bro. Y'all the ones that keep bringing up 14 interceptions. That is his college career. That is including his rookie session, his rookie season, rookie campaign. Is it not?
Freshman year, yeah.
I then so stop trying to take that away.
No defensive rookie of the year, bro. Y'all gotta stop that.
What?
The best secondary in division.
Emmanuel Forbes.
Eagles. Obviously, the Eagles still.
Eagles. That's not up for debate.
Eagles.
Cowboys right behind them. You want to know what Cowboys got? They got two. I hate Trayvon Diggs, but they got 2-man corners. They got 2 ones. What we got? We got 1-1. That's it. Eagles got all that back there. What we got? Just St. Juice. That's all we working with right now.
I watch all the SEC games, bro. I ain't watch no non-conference games.
I didn't watch all of them. I watched the LSU, Texas A&M, Alabama.
Bro, what does interceptions mean?
I've watched them man up against.
Yeah, like just because you get a lot of picks, that don't make you better than another player.
Y'all playing checkers.
I watched the first drive
when,
of the 2021
since when
season.
does having a lot of why does
no, I agree with that. He went on projected 6th-round pick. No.
How does having a lot of interceptions make you better?
At 47, I would not have a problem with it. He just wasn't he was a late 1st rounder, mid 2nd rounder range type of guy. Get out at 16 if you're going to draft him. That was my problem. Get out at 16. If you're going to do that.
All I keep hearing, he is enough. St. Juice is definitely a number 1 corner. He already proved that. His only issue is health. That's it.
St. Juice is number 1 corner.
No, the only thing that people point to when they talk about Christian Gonzalez and Emmanuel Forbes is the interceptions. And that means nothing. Trayvon Diggs had 11 interceptions. Does anybody consider him the best corner in football that year? No. Not the 2nd best, not the 3rd best, not the 4th best.
That is 11 more possessions, though. That is 11 more possessions, though.
And what to get him?
It got him a playoff, bro.
And how many touchdowns did he give up?
Exactly. So it evens itself out.
What I'm saying is this. Eric, you said, man.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
We're going to get more possessions, but it's going to come with more getting burnt. That's what it's going to come with. It's a gift, and it's also a curse. You're going to get probably another 4 or 5 extra possessions, but guess what? You're going to get another 1,000 yards given up by another corner. That's what's going to come with it. Just be prepared. Don't be mad. Have fun.
Devontae Smith about to have his.
Bod wants to play. Yeah. So here it is.
Hey, for copyright, we can't play
2021.
I hope we don't get no copyright infringement. Getting spanked by copyright.
That's fine.
That was a simple round. I ain't gonna spank him for this. He got spanked on this though. He got spanked. He right there though. He right there, but he still got spanked. He still got spanked. He's right there though. But that's what I mean. He's not. He's he's right there. But
and he's holding him, and he's still allowed a touchdown. You saw that fistful of jersey. I'll play it again. Look at that fistful of jersey.
He grabbing that thing.
Here's a touchdown.
Gave it up.
Not a man corner, bro. It's just not gonna work. He gonna get smoked. He was holding bad on that play. Badly.
That's his best route that he can defend, though, is the go route with that 4-3-5 straight speed. This is zone match. This is what he does.
I'm gonna start being negative. I'm gonna give some part. He does how to locate, and contest the football. Though. He does look for the football. He does locate and does contest. But he has to be better at recognizing routes. That's bad route recognition, though. That's something he has to work on.
No, that's his
strength. I think me personally, I think he will do better against. He'll do better against guys like Mike Evans, guys like that, Mike Williams.
That's too big and strong.
But then he'll do better against guys like that. Guys that can run routes, he's going to get killed.
INTs is not everything as a corner. Dude. Jalen Ramsey does not get picks. He's been considered one of the top corners in the league for years.
Jalen Ramsey is sharing interception now.
No, what do you? Hold on, I'll go.
Yeah, for last year.
Okay, that's like the first time.
But
that might be his most of his career.
Shutdown corners usually don't get a lot of picks. Because teams are scared to throw to him.
He had 4 last year. That's true. With
I'm ready to move on about this whole fork.
Stats.
That's another point I'm going to make to you. We don't
is
know who our
Mosia.
secondary coach is. We don't know nothing about dude.
2, 4,
It's
3,
just-
0.
Bruh, I don't want to have to coach a
1,
player
1, 4.
up in multiple areas when I can just draft one who's already good in those areas and has a higher ceiling in all of the areas and can immediately come in and be a Pro Bowler.
I'm getting tired of talking about forwards, bro.
Y'all, no matter feel like keep developing this crap. Let's just go get somebody who's already ready. I can't wait till Christian Gonzalez makes a Pro Bowl this year because this is exactly what's going to happen.
We will revisit this at the end of the season. I'm tired of talking.
I hope you guys are right though.
I hope y'all right about Forbes. I want Forbes to succeed.
I would love the team to be successful.
I think we still will be successful. I just think it's still into it. We're not going to beat the Eagles.
Good coaching can't make them better. We don't know.
I love how well the Giants.
They're real an average coordinator.
The organization is ran well now with Joe Shane and Brian Dable.
I feel like the Giants. I think the Giants are a good organization.
I thought I didn't like the trade up, but I'm fine with Deontay Banks.
More sacks,
and then John Michael Schmitz or whatever.
I
probably the best center in this draft, and they got him in the second.
They might got a better secondary than us too.
Nah. Who else did they get? And then they got Hyatt.
Jackson, Banks. They still got what's that safety name? McKinney.
He cool.
Xavier McKinney.
Yeah.
They did lose Julian Love though.
Julian Love.
Oh, I forgot. Julian Love, all right. That's a lot.
Well, he's not there.
They lost. He's a Seahawk now.
They lost. Oh, he went to the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Seahawks really.
They got Jordan Love, or sorry, not Julian. Julian Love now, and they just drafted Witherspoon, and they have Woolen, whatever.
And they got Jamal Adams.
They got Jamal Adams gonna get his 9 sacks.
They literally recreating the
They gonna play linebacker. They about to eat. Stop playing with them. They about to spank. They about to beat them. Hey yo, we Seahawks sleeper.
Name 3 starting shutdown corners. We have Sauce, Ramsey, Jair Alexander are the 3 that just came off the top of my head. I don't know. Yeah. Marlon Humphrey, Tre'Davious White, Stephon Gilmore. Well, he's getting older now. Who else?
You just named Marshawn Lattimore.
Marshawn Lattimore.
Help you.
Yeah.
I hope they help you this shit too. I like him.
What's his name? Salad in Atlanta. AJ Terrell. Yeah.
You say he has good ball skills. That's the number one trait. Ball skills.
And he takes the ball away. That's it.
He's gonna be a pick artist in this. I think he'll be a good pick artist next level. I just don't see him consistently covering guys unless he improves his game. Which I hope he does. I really want Foles to succeed. But y'all are overhyping this. That's my problem. It's not the fact that Emmanuel.
Surtain.
I'm glad.
That's a good one.
I'm glad y'all cheering for him because he's here, and I respect it. But just because we're being critical does not mean we don't want the player to succeed. Man. We don't want the player to fail. Man. We don't. Mm-hmm. We just are just critical of the player because I thought we're better players on the board at the time. I'm kind of tired of talking about it because it's gonna make me pissed off. To be honest,
be honest with you, this is gonna be talked about to all the way up to the end of the season.
I'm just specifically on this show. I'm just not talking about right now.
It's definitely going to be.
Yeah, Harden. Yeah, Harden. Shout out to James Harden. Yeah,
holy crap! Is Baltimore really interested in Kendall Fuller? Dude, I would trade him so fast.
I want Kyle Hamilton. You get Kyle Hamilton, I forget about this draft.
Dude, if you want him for a 7th round pick, take him.
You give me Kyle Hamilton for Kendall.
Get out of here. You're talking crazy now.
I throw in a pick. We don't know our draft anyway. You can have whatever you want. I'll give you a 3rd, 2nd, whatever you want. And Kendall, give me Kyle Hamilton right now. I say Emmanuel Forbes the best corner in the whole league. Give me Kyle.
Here, take Quan Martin. Take Kendall and Martin. Give us Hamilton.
Kyle Hamilton.
That's about our draft class. We'll get one more question. We'll get out of here.
Okay.
If we had one Pro Bowl out of this draft class, who would it be?
One Pro Bowler out of this draft class, who would it be?
Year 1.
Year 1?
Year one.
Oh, we don't.
In general, get for the rookie contract.
I would say
Ooh.
the center, Stromberg.
I think we get 2. Both our day 2 picks will be Pro Bowl for their rookie contracts.
I don't know if they will or not, but you asked me the most likely.
I think Quan will be absolute dog in the slot. Dog.
I will hope they play him more.
Him is when Kendall Fuller first got drafted here.
I will hope
get all those picks in the slot. He's gonna be just like Kendall Fuller.
I will hope he play more free safety than slot. Personally,
Quan.
Yeah, because we still don't
have.
You don't
like Derek Force. We know that. You don't got to keep saying. We know you don't like that.
But the thing is, if they do keep Kendall, then it's essentially him and Kendall will be switching on and off. That would have to be the logic if you do keep Kendall.
Oh, I think you're definitely keeping Kendall, 100%.
If you keep Kendall,
at first I thought you may not, but I think you do. I think you keep Kendall.
You want experience back there too.
You keep Kendall. You have Forbes. You have St. Jude. Especially with St. Jude's injuries history, I don't think you get rid of Kendall because then you may lose out on a starter.
Still got Danny.
Yeah, but he's not a guy that you want to rely on starting.
I
think
Danny got
corners.
I'd like to try Danny Johnson on punts again.
And then your 3 safety looks are Curl and Forrest.
As long as Derek Forrest isn't at free safety, I don't care.
Palmar, my man.
If Forbes ever goes to the Pro Bowl, come talk all the smack.
I feel like that's slap.
Gonna be him.
I want to see Percy in there. Percy, Danny. I want to see all of them rotating in that slot with Quan. You get good rotation there.
Quan gonna be like that.
Percy and Danny.
I'm excited to see Quan play.
I am too.
I think Quan.
That's the only one. Him.
Oh,
and I like Stromberg, but my favorite two would be Quan Martin and Rodriguez. I really want Rodriguez to start, so I'm pulling for him.
You know what? If they cut Kendall, I'm happy about that.
No, I don't hate Brian Robinson. Rodriguez gives you a dimension that we really don't have. Brian Robinson cannot hit his head on the goalpost. He can't.
Why can't they just split carry?
He can't.
Dude, didn't he have a faster 40 than...
You can split carries, but I want Rodriguez getting the majority of them. You can split them.
Why can't it be even 50-50 split?
Because I think that's cool. But I totally think that I think Rodriguez can carry the load. It can be Brandon Jacobs and Mark Bradshaw.
Like a 50-50 split, man.
That's cool. Or what the Eagles had with what's his name?
If Ford make a Pro Bowl, I apologize. I shut my mouth. That boy make a Pro Bowl. You got it. All hail Emmanuel Forbes. You win. I leave it alone. I promise you. I leave it alone.
That Pro Bowl can't be an alternate.
Honestly,
it can't be an alternate.
It could be a first alternate. It can't be a second.
It's going to be hard for alternate. But you know what? You know what? If he becomes an alternate, I'll apologize because I don't even see him doing that. I don't even ever see him that. I don't even see him being an alternate.
I don't see
Jairus, I'm not going to lie. I thought about making that same qualification, and then in my head, I thought, shit, that would be impressive.
He could be alternate. I let it go. Yeah, me too. Releasing Fuller, Thomas, Norwell, Lucas, and
that would impress me.
$27.3 million or so. They should have did that back in March. It's too late to do that now.
I don't care. Honestly,
Norwell's fine.
I don't cutting people at this point.
Lucas,
cutting people at this point is dumb.
They had to wait to cut these guys. They had to because after June 1st, you made a whole lot more money. No, like it was like Leno. If you cut him before June 1st, it was like you saved $3 million. But if you cut him after, you save $8 million. No, it's only if you cut him after $8 million. Well, I know Kindle was. Hold on, let me look at it. I'll look at it again. It was significant.
$8 million per if you come before June 1st.
No, it's after June.
That's a good point, Brad Sklitz. That is a great point. That is a great point.
It means nothing. Dude, I don't care. You know what? If he gets, you know what? That is disgusting. That Huntley played. He only played what 6 games? Like, how is he a Pro Bowler?
Nah, I ain't
That
giving
is
that.
so bad.
I ain't giving that. No,
But no, if he becomes an alternate, I'll apologize. I'll take it.
I ain't
I'll
apologizing.
take it. I'm saying it all day long.
Okay, hold on. If we cut somebody, okay, if we cut Leno before June 1st, it's only 4.2 million. If we cut him,
I could have sworn before. When I did on Spot Track, it said $8 million before June 1st. It was 11.5 after.
I always use over the cap. I don't know which ones.
I was using Spot Track. That's probably
What are we really cutting for? There's nothing.
There's no point now. There's no point now.
That's not true. There's probably some free agents that are worth something,
And
and the money rolls over.
It might be some post June 1st cuts that could be good though.
For what?
I don't know.
Would you take Joe Mixon if he got cut?
Who?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, but he might get cut.
We
If he
know
doesn't-
they're not going to do that.
No. Seriously, if he doesn't take a pay cut, they're going to cut him.
We're not going to pick him up though.
Oh, well, that's probably not going to. That's probably true.
Who
But anyway,
I didn't hear their name. Who got
Joe Mixon.
Joe Mixon. He might.
Oh
get
no,
cut.
wait.
All right, hold on. If you
Unless they cut Eckler.
Leno after June 1st, it's 6.5. If you cut Chase Rudy after June 1st, it's 8.3. If you cut
That's
him
what happened.
before
That's what
June 1st, it's
That's
only
what
4.3. So it's an extra $4 million
That's-
if you
and
wait
that's
until
what's
post June
happened.
1st. I don't
That's
really
what's
understand why they made that a rule, but it's a rule. I don't understand it. I don't know why.
Trash.
What the only two post June 1st cut move?
Yeah, like the post
I trade
June
for Jonah
I don't
right
understand why
now.
that matters.
I give him Forbes for Jonah Williams.
I'll give him a 5th round next year. They had no leverage.
We don't.
They had no leverage.
I don't know. Jonah Williams
They don't want to
isn't
play
super
for the
sexy either.
Bengals. And they're
He's
like, no.
better than what we got with Leno.
Yeah, he's better than Leno. That's true. But he's not a guy that I'm.
But he still has some upside to him. Leno doesn't have nothing.
The nail's over 30, so there's no upside with it.
And they comfortable with that. Like this.
Yeah, that's true. We may need to cut people just to pay rookies. We only have 2.4 million on the cap.
On the cap, but you can make room. You'll make room. They'll make room.
Yeah, by cutting these players, that's how they're going to do it.
They're gonna cut Chase Rulier, post June 1st, and they ain't get Bobby McCain savings back either. They don't get that back till after June 1st. So the 4.2.
Did you guys look in that
Bobby
to that
McCain,
Tim whatever quarterback?
Oh, what?
The
Tim
little ood for
Dugatti. I don't know what's his name.
The ood
Not
for
Dugatti.
quarterback that we supposedly signed.
Or undrafted kid.
Yeah, Dumati.
I don't know who he is.
Tim something another. I forgot his last name.
It was I got it.
Leno or Jonah. It doesn't
You know what?
matter who one is gonna have.
What I saw in him, I liked his arm strength. He's got an arm, and he's got a little.
Was,
he's like
Tim
a Daniel
Durant.
Jones.
Tim Demorat.
Demorat.
Yeah, Demorat. Yeah.
I knew it started with a D. I couldn't remember what,
Yeah,
but Demorat.
I like that
Yeah,
Casimir Allen kid though. I like him a lot.
Casimir Allen. Did we get his receiver?
Yeah, UCLA, the tweener.
Oh, the kick returner kind of guy.
Yeah. He's making his team. He's making his team. He's making his team.
Maybe
He's making his team.
But I don't know. I don't know if Rico hyped him up because the title hyped up Demorat.
I want him to hooker.
Once I saw it, I went and looked at it. He has. Oh yeah. He has no ability to read the defense. He's in one of those offenses.
Yeah.
They got to trade up for him.
It'll be no problem. Who? Get him out of here, man.
What are you even talking about? Hold on.
Maxie going off, man. Maxie doing his thing, man.
Nobody cares about basketball. All right.
How dare you?
I want him to hooker.
The Wizards are out. We quit watching basketball.
Hooker for in second.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
What?
He's in one of those offenses though, Demorat, that like you know, like they line up and then everybody like stands up and looks at the sideline, and then the coach makes the call because the quarterback has no ability to read the defense, and then you get back into it. He's in one of those, so I don't have a lot of faith in Demorat.
With no Embiid. Get him out of here, man. You suck.
What is he laughing at now?
There, bro.
Is it Hooker? Because he keeps wanting Hendon Hooker now.
Bro, get out of this Hendon Hooker stuff, bro. Shut up. Bro.
That man, I'm thinking. He said, "Look, that's hilarious."
Oh, Harden just made a 3.
Oh my gosh, I would have loved to see Tim's reaction.
Get him
Traded
out
up
of
for him
here.
to Hooker.
Hey, look at MB back next game.
Dang, Harden had 45 tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tatum had
There's
39.
a fool. I'm done with this class.
They wanted to trade up to 32 for a guy that went in the 3rd round.
That can't be real because they would have taken him in the 2nd round then. Dude, were we trying to trade up in the 2nd using our 3rd?
Bro.
So we could get Quan Martin
At
and
the end of the
Hooker?
day, that's a real rumor that we tried to trade up to 32.
That's not a real rumor. It's fake. It has to be fake. Because if we wanted Hooker so bad, we would have just taken him.
They had to be for something. What you call it for?
No, Hooker was on the board at 47. We could have taken him if we wanted him. We weren't going to trade up for him.
Well, that's what Ian Rappaport said to himself on national television. We were one of the teams that called for 32.
Yeah, but I don't know who they were going for, but it wasn't Hooker.
Oh, man.
You know who was probably it was probably Luke Musgrave.
Yeah.
Because he went pick 33. It was probably one of those tight ends.
I would hope they wouldn't do that over no Mayor. Well, knowing them, they stupid, so they probably would.
That's
I like
who it was for.
I don't like him over Mayer, though. I definitely didn't like him over Kincaid, either.
If they really traded the 32 and drafted Hooker, bro.
I don't want to talk no more, bro. I don't talk no Hendon Hooker, bro. I would throw hands. Hands would be prone.
And then
they would have to see me, bro.
And then they came out and said, we wish we was more aggressive.
You know who it could have been for? Will Levis. Will Levis went at 33.
I love Will Levis, but you would just be drafting somebody to sit. They're not coming to do nothing right now.
It could have been for Will Levis.
Where was your logic at?
You know what? It could have been for Michael Mayer. Michael Mayer went 35.
Then why go to 32?
To secure him. Baby safe and sorry.
But no, I think it was for Will Levis. I think it was for the quarterback.
That would have been stupid.
Not
love Levis, but that would have been stupid.
We brought hands. I swear to God, we brought hands.
After the Forbes pick, that's what you do? You get a backup? He's not a backup, but I'm saying he will be coming here to be a backup because he's not ready yet. That'd be
off tonight. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Laporte's my guy. I think we'll wrap up the show, man. If we did that Hendon Hooker trade, hands have been prone. I'll be ready to throw hands. I'm sorry.
It wasn't for Hendon Hooker. It was for Will Levis.
Hey,
I would throw more hands. He trash.
You lost your mind.
Trash.
You lost your mind.
Trash. So why is Taylor still on their roster then?
You said who? Why who?
Why is Taylor on their roster if Will Levis is so good?
Because he's under contract. You can't just get rid of him.
I would cut him. Why not?
That's a hard cap hit probably for them right now.
Let's see. That's the last thing we're gonna check when we get out here.
Either that or trade him, but I know they want to get out and underneath him. We all know who ain't it. Willis.
Oh, he's trash. He's trash. He's awful. Get him out of here.
That's Tim's guy. Tim vouched for him.
Shut up, bro.
No, I thought he had some potential as far as like.
Anytime you get bent for Joshua Dobbs.
I think bro was a project, to be honest with you.
No, I think it was a project, but man, they didn't even give him more than a year. They said
he got benched for Joshua Dobbs.
He really did.
This is the cap hit. The dead cap. The dead cap is 17.5 if you cut him, but his cap hit is $40 million.
Who?
You saved 22.5. Ryan Tannehill's contract. And you gotta pay 2 void years after you trade him or cut him. One is
they're probably just gonna wait.
No, they're gonna cut him. You just gotta cut him.
You think so?
The Titans are going nowhere. Where they're going?
You just cut your losses now.
Tannehill sucks.
Didn't they draft a receiver?
Did they draft a receiver? Yeah, I think they did. Yeah, didn't
In
they?
the third round?
No. Hold on.
They got Skoronski, and then they got Levis, and I think they got a receiver.
Sounds right. Oh wait, you could save $27 million if you cut him after June 1st. They're 100% cutting him.
So,
Oh well, maybe.
Our group chat lit. Well, not our group chat. My friend group chat lit. They were saying that hard on FNCU. Boy, turned out the clock and said I'm still him. So I said this man Hardy will definitely get the most love in the strip.
Tajay Spears. They drafted Tajay Spears. Well, I heard he don't have no ACL.
I don't know.
Yeah, they said it. They said he doesn't have an ACL. He has arthritis in his knee.
But anyway, are we good, guys? I'm gonna get off.
I think we're good to go, man. That's gonna do it for us, man. We sorry we talking, man. For an hour and a half. Forgive us.
I'm not sorry.
It's gonna happen the same way. It's gonna happen the same way on Wednesday.
Oh, we do have a roundtable Wednesday. It'll be Rico, Tim, myself, in the corner, and another special guest that we can't disclose right now. But inside my boy Livewire Sports Entertainment, he'll be on the channel as well on Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also subscribe to my second channel. Subscribe to the GOAT channel down below as well. On all the other bros channels. Y'all be easy, be safe, stay healthy. Peace, love, and blessings to all y'all. Y'all have a great rest of y'all week, and we'll be back Wednesday on the channel at 9 p.m. Oh, and the roundtable will also be on the JTP Uncut YouTube channel if you don't catch it.
Gonzo. That's my last
Gonzo.
word.
And I'm Gonzo. And we're Gonzo.
Gonzo.
We out of here.